Good morning, Endeavor Explorers. Mr. Poxton back with you here on a Tuesday for our Read Aloud. I hope you guys are all doing well at home. Hope that you guys are taking advantage of the 5 Feeds program and make sure those bellies are full. Today we are going to read Officer Buckle and Gloria. Officer Buckle knew more safety tips than anyone else. Every time he thought of a new one, he thumbtacked it to his bulletin board. Safety tip number 77, never stand on a swivel chair. Officer Buckle shared his safety tips with students at Natville School. No one ever listened. Sometimes there was snoring. Afterward, it was business as usual. Mrs. Topple, the principal, took down the welcome banner. Never stand on a swivel chair, said Officer Buckle, but Mrs. Topple didn't hear him. Then one day, Natville's police department bought a police dog named Gloria. When it was time for Officer Buckle to give the safety speech at the school, Gloria went along. "Children, this is Gloria," announced Officer Buckle. "Gloria obeys my commands. Gloria, sit." And Gloria sat. Officer Buckle gave safety tip number 1, keep your shoelaces tied. The children sat up and stared. Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting at attention. And she was. But look at her right there. Safety tip number 2, said Officer Buckle. Always wipe up spills before someone slips and falls. The children's eyes popped. Officer Buckle checked on Gloria again. Good dog, he said. Officer Buckle thought of a safety tip he hadn't discovered that morning. She's on her head now. Look at her. Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. The audience roared. Officer Buckle grinned. He said the rest of the tips with plenty of expression. The children clapped their hands and cheered. Some of them laughed until they cried. Officer Buckle was surprised. He had never noticed how funny safety tips could be. After the safety speech, there wasn't a single accident. Look at Gloria and her tricks. The next day, an enormous envelope arrived at the police station. It was stuffed with thank you letters from the students at Natville School. Every letter had a drawing of Gloria on it. Officer Buckle thought the drawing showed a lot of imagination. His favorite letter was written on a star-shaped piece of paper. It said, "You and Gloria make a good team. Your friend Claire. P.S. I always wear a crash helmet. Safety tip number 7. Officer Buckle was thumbtacking Claire's letter to his bulletin board when the phone started ringing. Grade schools, high schools, and daycare centers were all calling about the safety speech. Officer Buckle, they said, our students want to hear your safety tips, and please bring along your police dog. Officer Buckle told his safety tips to 313 schools. Everywhere he and Gloria went, children sat up and listened. After every speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria out for ice cream. Officer Buckle loved having a buddy. Then one day, a television news team videotaped Officer Buckle in the State College auditorium. When he finished safety tip number 99, do not go swimming during electrical storms, the students jumped up to their feet and applauded. Bravo, bravo, they cheered. Officer Buckle bowed again and again. That night, Officer Buckle watched himself on the 10 o'clock news. Uh-oh, he found out what happened. The next day, the principal of Natville School telephoned the police station. Good morning, Officer Buckle. It's time for our safety speech. Officer Buckle frowned. I'm not giving any more speeches. Nobody looks at me anyways. Oh, said Mrs. Topple. Well, how about you send Gloria? Could she come? Someone else in the police station gave Gloria a ride to the school. Gloria sat on stage looking lonely, and then she fell asleep, and so did the audience. After Gloria left, Natville School had its biggest accident ever. It started with a puddle of banana pudding. Splat, splatter, sploosh! Everyone slid smack into Mrs. Topple, who screamed and let go of the hammer. The next morning, a pile of letters arrived at the police station. Every letter had a drawing of the accident. Officer Buckle was shocked. At the bottom of the pile was a note written on a paper star. Officer Buckle smiled, and the note said, "Gloria missed you yesterday. Your friend Claire. P.S. Don't worry, I was wearing my safety helmet." Safety tip number 7. Gloria gave Officer Buckle a big kiss on the nose. Officer Buckle gave Gloria a nice pat in the back. Then Officer Buckle thought of his best safety tip ever. Safety tip number 101. Always stick with your buddy. All right, Endeavor Explorers, hope you enjoyed Officer Buckle and Gloria. Remember that we're still doing our virtual Spirit Week. Today is Dress Up Like an Animal. Send those pictures in, and we will see you again tomorrow.